I certainly hope that the microphone doesn't sound like total ass today. Though knowing my luck, it probably does sound pretty shit. Okay. No need for the waiting jingle this time, since there's no need to wait. All we need to do now is just turn on the game and see what could possibly go wrong. Oh, hey Phil. I didn't expect to see you here. How's it going? Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the Fine Salt. Let's see if the game capture is working. It should. Something's happening. Oh, hey, that is a beautiful sight. Just doing some benchmarking. That's like the sole reason for your channel to exist, isn't it? That's what I've seen, at least the last time I checked. It's all benchmarks and stuff. Let's see how the preview is looking like. No new information for Dark Souls 2. Well, good. We don't need new information for Dark Souls 2. I'm not sure if there is a delay on the chat and my responses, but if there is, it's probably around like 7 seconds or something, so if I didn't respond to any of your messages, that probably means I didn't see it yet, or I already did, but the stream is currently having a bit of a hard time, well, getting to the point. Let's see. I think I'll go with Mr. Stabby for now. I like calling my characters based on the builds that I do. Okay, now the thing is, I want to do something about, well, the chat window, because at the moment it will be pretty difficult for me to see the chat window, so I should probably do this thing that I should have done before. Yep, professional streaming right here. Let's see. This ought to do the trick. Now, considering that this game is on the lowest graphical settings right now, it still looks pretty good. I'm quite surprised. I'd be playing on higher settings, but thing is, my computer is not too great. I can play it on the highest settings, but I also want to listen to stuff while playing, so that tends to lag out the computer a bit, so I don't do that kind of stuff. Just a moment, I'm going to turn on the laptop so I can see the chat without having to be in windowed mode. Man, it's so dank today. How's the weather like anyway? Here it's very dank. Hate that kind of weather. Where can I even put this damn thing, I wonder? Not a lot of places I can put the laptop around. Shit. I should have gotten like a table or something. Oh well. Might have to consider not being a pyromancer, actually. Pyromancy's taken away all the good points that I could use for other things. So how's your channel holding up anyway, Phil? I haven't checked it in a while, so I don't really have any idea what's going on. Meanwhile, my computer is acting like oh, I see, it's just the laptop being a piece of shit as usual. Well, that's nothing new. Please connect. Ah, no dropped frames or anything, that's good. Okay, I guess the laptop solution for seeing the chat is just not going to happen. Alright then, we'll all just have to deal with it. Business as usual. Well, it's business as usual here as well. Just making videos and also getting ready to move out soon to the United Kingdom. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play in full screen mode. I hope everything is still looking fine on the stream. I can check that actually. Yeah, I think it's looking fine. Yeah, I'm getting ready to move out to the UK sometime later in August. Was going to actually move out a bit earlier, but ran into some issues. Let's see what you got. Oh yeah, I got the poison pool. Let us go to the pool of poisons to poison ourselves and some pools. Sounds delightful. Wait, what did I just see? I could have sworn I saw something on Discord. Oh. Nothing special, just people doing stuff, that's all. Okay. That's good. Very well. Let us begin. So, behind the scenes, we've been recording a playthrough for Dark Souls 2, but we haven't quite recorded enough to start the playthrough officially. I think we just finished up with the Iron Keep, which is just a bit of a distance away from here. I wanna get at least to Drangley Castle before I can consider the playthrough good to go. Oops, I need this. Yeah, just need a few more sessions before I can call that good to go, because at the moment I feel there's not enough footage to sustain well, the waiting, you know. Oh shit, I'm getting bombarded here. We're off to a great start. It kind of feels like Evolve in a way. Only problem is I'm the one getting pelted with bombs. No worries. I've only played this for a few hundred hours. I think I'll be able to handle it. I dread to look at my track record for Dark Souls 3 actually. I think it's somewhere close to 800 hours now. I should reinstall that game. It's pretty good. Oh, that's not very nice. Why do we keep trying to nuke me? That's so inconsiderate. Okay, so now in regards to the chat, I am playing in full screen, so I'll check the chat periodically. So there's gonna be a bit of an extra delay now to my responses. Hope that doesn't bother you too much. I should get into streaming a bit more, but for some reason I just don't really like doing that. I don't get why. It's pretty fun to stream, but I just never feel like up to it. Guess you gotta be in a particular mentality for it. Oh well. What there will be something to see soon, actually this week, is a playthrough of Pac-Man 2 The New Adventures. You will see such great things like me nearly choking to death. And I'm not even making that up. I nearly did choke to death on that game. Though that probably wasn't because of how bad it is. I'll leave it as a surprise for now. Needless to say, that game is pretty bad. I would not recommend anyone to play it. It's just awful. I think the biggest problem with it is the fact that you can't even walk yourself. The game walks for you, and you just give hypnotic suggestions to your character to move around to places and do stuff. It doesn't really work that well. It probably could have worked, but I don't know, I feel Namco didn't put enough effort into it. And again, why the hell does Pac-Man need to be a point-and-click adventure game in the first place? I think the maze thing was just fine. And I just did a fairly tricky maneuver of getting this giant to break down this wall here. He's the only one that can do it for me, unfortunately, and this is a lot harder than it looks like. He tends to be a bit more accurate than usual, so you gotta be pretty careful not to get hit by his super balls, because they hurt. They hurt like a bastard. I've also heard recently that some of the people I've been subscribed to have decided to move to different channels because various historical events that prevented them from using their old channels are no longer relevant. Which is great to hear, because apparently their older channel had about 1,000 subscribers, while the newer one barely managed to get like 100 or something. So it's great to hear that they managed to get their old stuff back. I hate these guys. I hate them so much. If only because there's so damn many of them in this tiny little place. It tends to get quite annoying to just kill them all. If you can get them around here, then you should have an easier time, because you can just use this spot as a choke point. You know, fireballs aren't really working on these guys. Let's try sword. Ow. I still need to get onto Turok 2 Remake, actually. I have been playing it lately. Didn't finish my playthrough on hardcore mode yet. But it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. Who's getting arrested today? What the hell? I can hear a siren in the distance. Someone's about to get busted. Just bust some nuts. That's what the police say every day. I hope he dies. Oh, nice. But yeah, the Turok 2 remake, well, I call it a remake, but it's actually a remaster. It's not too different from the original. It's pretty good. I'd say it's worth the money, but only if you like the original, because if you're just picking it up expecting something different from the original, well, you'll be kind of disappointed. It has some neat things that help, but overall it's pretty much the same game, but, well, with bug fixes and graphical updates. So it's really nothing drastically different. It deserves to be called a remaster because that's what it pretty much means. It's just the same thing but improved a little bit. But other than that, expectations shouldn't be very high. And by the time I purchased it, I think it was like 13 euros, but I managed to get like 2 discounts on top of one another, which really helped. Just checking the chat real quick. Oh, the chat is quite quiet. Well, as expected. It's always like that. Oh, somebody wants to be summoned? Well, too bad. Take no summoning. Oh. Now, who would ever want to blow... Oh, come on. Damn it. Just what I wanted. An invasion. Luckily, this is an NPC invader, and there's a lot of instances of the Forlorn in Dark Souls 2. Fortunately enough, not all of them ever show up in one playthrough. They're kind of weird. They tend to show up randomly in a lot of different areas. Just the first area, Forest of the Giants, has like 4 places where a Forlorn can spawn in and try to ruin your day. Which is kind of odd, because at best you'll only encounter one of them, and even then, rarely. I guess it's just there to be like an extra challenge for people who are careless. But even then, it really depends on what kind of a build you're working on. Like if you're using a sword build like I am right now, it's really nothing special. You can stun lock the poor bastards with every hit, so you have nothing to worry about. Can you stop hammering that? It's kind of rude. And someone's trying to have sex with a car, from what I've heard. Please ignore him. It's kind of normal, I guess. I mean, it's about as normal as it can be in Lithuania, but you know, Lithuania is a very special place to be in. It's also the world's leading alcohol country. Like it's the #1 in the most drunk list in the world. At least the last time it was checked by the World Health Organization. That made it straight to the news on TV, and the next day interviews were taken from random people and they were all like, "Oh no, that's bullshit. We're not that drunk." A few days later, well, the prohibition that's happening right now, you know, alcohol prohibition, it's not working. The Lithuanians are just going to other countries to get all of their alcohol needs. They just don't care. They want to drink and they'll find a way to drink. Unfortunately, that's kind of a destructive behavior from these guys, but what can you do? All the normal people already left the country, so it's nothing out of the ordinary if you ever been in the country. Just checking the chat once again and a few other things. Oh yeah, if you haven't heard, there was a Shadow Warrior or something. What's it called again? Let me see that. Oh yeah, Shadow Warrior Special Edition was free just a few days ago. I hope you picked it up, because, you know, it's free. Free to keep. Oh, hardest boss in the game ever. Giant Slug. It's Pizza the Hut. Well, actually, I'm just making shit up. He's really not that hard. Look at me chunking his health bar. With every swing, he dies a little inside. His moveset is also horrifyingly predictable. Of course, you can end up taking a few hits, but if you die to this guy, you may want to think about your strategy next time, because it's kinda hard to get killed by this guy. I think the easiest way you can get killed is by his very weird shockwave move, which doesn't even look like it's supposed to hurt. It just looks like a bit of dust is being kicked up. But no, it's a shockwave. It counts. I nearly got killed by that one time, but as far as I can tell, he has never actually killed me. I should probably have mentioned this by now, but this is going to be a pretty relaxed run of Dark Souls 2. Well, as soon as we get out of this place and the Iron Keep, that is, because these two places are really annoying, but other than that, it's a pretty relaxing game. Nothing to worry about. Oh, what does this do? No. Nothing of value, that's what it does. Amazing. Simply amazing. Oh yeah, should also mention, the playthrough for Project Eden is coming to an end. There's only 4 parts left. So, if you're looking forward to the epic conclusion of that game, well, it's happening very soon actually. Just 4 more videos and you'll see how it ends. Spoilers though, it's probably not as epic as you think it is. At least I'm glad to see that it's working out fairly well, even with the technical issues that I ran into pretty much at the end of the playthrough. Mostly the shaky microphone. I really need to get a new one, because it's annoying me. The problem with the shaky microphone is very simple. The stand that it has, because, you know, it's a standalone mic, it has a stand and everything. It's aged. Like, it has warped over time, and because of that, it kinda is unstable. And so if I play any games with the keyboard, it has a bit of trouble just standing still, which is a bad thing, of course. but I can't really do anything about it. I hope I can drink this fast enough. Yes, good. Now the best thing about the shaky microphone is that as long as I use the gamepad for my games, everything's fine. I don't have to worry about it, because I don't touch the desk the entire time. But if I want to play something different, like maybe Earth 2150 or something, well, that's gonna be a problem, because the bloody bastard is gonna shake all over the place, unless I put some cushions on it. And even then, the cushions don't seem to work all the time. Might be because I screwed something up or something, I don't know. But yeah, I really need to get a new microphone, but I'm not gonna get it just yet. I first wanna move out, and then get a job, and then just buy a decent microphone. I got my eyes on a particular model, but I can't remember what it's called again. It's from Audio-Technica. Not the most expensive model, I think it's like $60 or $80, but from what I've heard myself, it is pretty good. It's definitely worth a purchase. Oh, you ordered a few things from Lithuania. Ah, I never actually knew people can order something from Lithuania on eBay. I guess it makes sense. Well, all things considered, Lithuania is not the worst country you can be in, but thing is, it's not a good country to live in, because finding a job is a pain in the ass. The people are assholes, if they're not overly friendly. Like, they're pretty polar opposites. They're either friendly bastards or assholes. Total assholes. The government is pathetic. I mean, they still haven't sorted out most of the issues that were relevant like 10 years ago. It's not a pleasant place to live in, but for a vacation, or just business or something, I don't know, it isn't the worst place to be in. There are fun places to visit. And overall, the country looks pretty nice. The environment is really well kept. For the most part. I mean, from what I remember, most of the tourism companies always praise Lithuania for its natural environments. Like, the nature is very natural, untouched by the human hands and all that. And, well, they got a point. But if that's the only selling point, well, I don't know what to tell you guys. It's not much of a selling point. What did you order from Lithuania anyway, if it's not a secret? Because the only thing I can think of actually is lasers. Apparently Lithuania is one of the bigger exporters of laser equipment. I actually am quite surprised that we have laser technology being sold on a reasonable level here. I never even knew that we were making lasers in the first place. Oh! No! Don't shoot there! I'm not gonna get slapped by a fucking fan. Those desert sorceresses are very dangerous. You gotta watch out, especially for this nuke which she likes to put down. It looks pretty simple to dodge, but they can catch you off guard with that stuff, and it can insta-kill you. And that's never a fun time. There's also a mimic here, so careful not to touch that chest in the wrong way. The mimic doesn't like bad touch. Put this stone in here, and you got yourself a healing fountain. It also cures poison instantaneously. It's amazing. At least one motherboard and one graphics card. Oh. Was it cheaper to get them from Lithuania? Never actually did any price comparisons. But from what I remember, it used to be at least comparable to the prices in other countries. I do remember when I was buying some parts for my current PC from one of the Lithuanian shops, the prices were pretty much the same as the ones from places like Newegg or something like that. So they were at least the same as I was expecting them to be, but that was like a few years ago. Haven't checked on the prices lately because, well, I ain't got no money to buy anything. I mean, I'm still living with my parents, so yeah, a bit of an issue. Can't buy anything. Wouldn't be a problem if I could find some work, but that's just the problem. Oh, nobody else had it. Well, better that than nothing, I guess. Yeah, better than nothing. There is one thing to keep in mind about Lithuanian businesses. If they look a little too good to be true, it's most likely too good to be true. But I think that's more common just about anywhere. I just think it's more likely to happen here. But I don't know if that really matters when it comes to internet shopping. It's more like a local shopping kind of a thing. Especially here on open markets, because there's a lot of those in the country. Gotta be careful what you buy on those, because you can get scammed pretty easily. It's not as bad as on other countries that are well known for this kind of stuff, but it tends to be pretty annoying. Especially when it comes to food. Lately there's been a lot of reports that open markets selling various food products can be kind of dangerous to buy from, because they tend to fertilize their produce with, well, very dangerous chemicals, and just something that's not very appetizing to think about. Come over here, snake lady, I just want to chop you. What, are you afraid? Despite what you might think, you can't actually chop off this snake lady's tail. I always thought you could, but from my extensive research and experience, I can tell that it just doesn't happen. Either that, or you'd need to do a lot more hits on her than you actually are able to, because most of the time when you get here, you're just a little too powerful to actually be able to cut off her tail. And again, I don't think it would be able to do that in the first place, because it seems like if you could do that, that would make the boss immobile. And that's probably something they want to avoid. Something which they should have avoided with Pontiff Sullivan in the third game, but they kind of forgot about him. Good. He's an asshole and a half, if you ask me. Well, that was Earth and Peak. Yes, this is indeed Dark Souls, Reese Bolton. Welcome to Game&Chill. Now with 100% more chill. Hopefully. Actually, this is Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin, the PC edition. I'm just chilling around in the Iron Keep. My hand is on fire. I think I have a clinical condition. Probably shouldn't tug my dick too many times. I might get a lot more than just flamey hands. Ah, Iron Keep, home of the finest molten cheese. Look at this lava. It really looks like molten cheese, at least to me. So appetizing. Good thing I already ate. Iron Keep is my least favorite place, but only because of these knights. They're kind of annoying. But other than that, it's an interesting place to look at. If only because it makes no sense lore-wise. Because, you know, this place apparently has sunken down into the ground, and all this lava came pouring out as a result of that event. Now the thing is, you may recall that you have taken an elevator to get up here, which goes through the sky, which goes through the lava, which goes up here. Amazing! I love this kind of stuff. Hey, what the hell? Don't shoot at me, bro. This place never really made sense lore-wise, but I don't really care. Lore It's fun to think about, but overall, I don't think it's very important for Dark Souls. I mean, if it really was important, I think developers would have put a bit more emphasis on it, you know? I think they would have made it more, well, pronounced. Like, it would be a lot more than just a thing you can find in the item descriptions. How much is the DLC to buy? That is a good question. Let me look it up for you. You can actually buy the Scholar of the First Sin edition right away, which would cost you right now $40. Well, $40, 40 euros I think. But the Scholar of the First Sin edition is better to buy than just standalone and DLCs, because this edition includes the DLCs from the get-go. So why would you buy the standalone and the DLCs when you can just buy the whole package right away? I would probably recommend waiting for a sale though. Because, you know, this is Dark Souls. Your mileage is definitely going to vary. For me, I really like this game, but the common opinion about this game is that it's the least good of the series. So, if you can catch this with a discount, you should go for it. And if you don't really care about discounts and you just want some more Dark Souls, well, give it a shot. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Thing is, I don't really understand why people hate this particular game so much. Sure, it has flaws, but you could say the same about the other two games that exist in the series. Neither of them are flawless. They all have their own issues. And this one, I feel, has like the least amount of issues, at least the least amount of annoying issues. Like, yeah, there are some annoying places to go through, but the first game had them too, much like the third one. There are some annoying gimmicks and secrets, but then again, the other two games had that too. So, I don't know. I guess it's mostly just in the plots. But I don't know. I'm not really sure what the big deal is. I think it's definitely worth a shot, but you know, that's just me. Oh, don't worry about me getting smashed right now. I'm just looking at the chat. I will survive. I think that this game is better than the first. Well, I would have to agree with you, but you know, not everyone's gonna agree on that. My problem with the first game is that it's not necessarily really hard, but that it's annoyingly hard, you know, because it has some places that they want you to do something, but they don't really tell you what you're supposed to be doing to make your life easier. Like from the very start, there's that asylum demon. You're thinking to yourself, okay, I gotta kill this guy. He's blocking my way. But the idea really is that you're supposed to avoid him first of all, and come back later. But you have no idea about that. Well, besides any possible player messages left in the area, you're probably not gonna be able to tell that. There's also other places that bother me. I think the place that got me to quit Dark Souls 1 in particular was the Crystal Mines. That's pretty late in the game. I think it's actually pretty close to the end of the game. I quit that place because it's super annoying to navigate and the enemies are double the annoying. I just couldn't take it. It just kept pissing me off. I keep sliding off the edges, I keep getting pelted by magic or something. I have to cross invisible pathways and stuff. I just said fuck it, I'll come back later. I still haven't come back to that game yet, but I'm not gonna fault people, like I'm not gonna blame people for liking it. If they like it, that's fine. I mean, I like Gothic 3, then people say it's the shittiest of the Gothic games. And I should probably back the fuck out of here before I die. Whoops. Well, that's not very nice. Why did you block my way, bastards? oh, this game sucks. That's how it usually happens though, doesn't it? Somebody gets super wrecked by enemies in a Dark Souls game and they're like, man, this is bullshit. I don't want to play this anymore. But that's the point of this game. You overcome the challenges given to you in a given area. And, well, I have no problem with that. Oh yeah, this place might be a bit annoying, this right here, because there are two invaders that show up at this doorway. Now if you have some friends with you co-oping at this moment, like 2 extra people, both Fencer Sharon and Armorer Dennis shows up at the same time, so you gotta watch out for that. Also watch out for Fencer Sharon's annoying sword, because it also counts as a whip. That's how I got killed right there. He did the whip move. He whipped the sword and he caught me on my way back to heal. Oh well. No problem. I mean, I'd be a lot more upset if I didn't know that I can get a lot of money very soon. I think in general all the Dark Souls are annoying, but overall they are fun. Gothic 3 is good. Yeah, that's pretty much the idea, but I don't really understand why people say that Dark Souls games are super hard. See, here's what I think. And this is just my opinion, of course. You can disagree if you feel like it, but I feel that Dark Souls games are, in terms of difficulty, are about on the same level as old school games, like Battletoads, Castlevania, the such. Because when you beat the game the first time, it definitely was not an easy time. It was a very challenging game for the first playthrough. But after that, you already know most of the things you need to know to make your life easier throughout the game. You know the secrets, you know the tricks. So when you start another playthrough, it's a lot easier. And the game is kind of made like that, because a lot of enemies are predictable. I'd say all of them are predictable. It's just a matter of learning how they work. Once you learn how they work, you can predict pretty much every move that they're going to do, to some degree, and that'll allow you to make your life considerably easier. This predictability also gives room to speedruns, which happen pretty much every year on GDQ streams. Which I love watching, by the way. I love the fucking speedruns for Dark Souls. They're always so much fun to look at, because people pull out not only various glitches, but also various techniques which can be used by just about anyone that's willing to give them a shot. Like, I remember in Dark Souls 3, you can use the spook spell to skip an elevator in the undead village. You know, the elevator where you first meet Siegward. You can use that spell to completely skip the elevator ride down, which is a bit of a specific kind of a trick. Like, you need to very specifically do all the moves, but if you do it, you skip the entire thing without taking any damage. It's great. Okay, now I'm gonna do a thing. I'm gonna run away. I'm not taking a fight all the way over there, screw that. Having to deal with all of these archers with their great arrows is kinda dangerous. I'd rather take it one at a time. No, I'm not dying to you. Oi! Those great arrows sure hurt. Ugh! I think the only real problem I have with this game, though, is that sometimes I don't know what's going on with my controls, but sometimes when I'm pressing to roll, it doesn't roll. And I don't understand why it does that. I'm not sure if it's just me, or is it the game not reading the input in time. Oh, alright. See you later, Phil. Alright, let's go beat up the Smelter Demon. Oh man, this boss is so tough! He's the casual filter. Not really. I do like the way he looks. He looks like a giant butthole with horns. I do like the music that he has in here. The music is great in this game. I really wish more Dark Souls games had ambient music throughout the levels though, because, well, I should say any of them should have ambient music throughout the levels, because neither of them have ambient music throughout the levels. Only music in the boss areas and some neutral areas, like Majula in this case. Yeah, stab yourself. What's that gonna do? I ain't afraid of no buttholes. Let me drink my Sunny D. Sup bitches, time to get riches. Oh! Better be careful with him when he has his fire sword up, because that can do some serious damage, not to mention shoot various shockwaves throughout the area. Oh, thank you for saving me from getting stabbed by yourself, silly bastard. I need another Sunny D. Yeah, that particular upward swing to the ground is dangerous. It can shoot a fireball out of it. Gotta watch out for that stuff. Man, I'm not doing a lot of damage to him with this sword. I need to upgrade. But what I need right now is to rest. My stamina is too low. Oh! God damn, that's always so close. Oh! I forgot about the damn shockwave. I hope I don't die now. Ooh, perfect. Let's have a bit more Sunny D. Uh-oh. Oh! God damn, that was close. Right, this is it. This is it. No Estus. Let's do it, man. Ooh! Well, that was it. That was a bit too close for comfort. Yeah, I'm trying to do a sword build this time around. I have done quite a few builds so far, so this time around I just want to do a sword build. Well, at first I wanted to do a dagger build actually, but my research showed that none of the daggers are really worth getting. So I just switched over to a sword. First I started with a short sword, but then I figured I could use more reach. So I took a long sword instead. I think I'll stay with it actually, it has pretty good scaling. It's got C on both strength and dexterity. Oh yeah, there's also a pursuer fight here, if you really want to go back to this place. It's actually worth killing this particular pursuer, because he gives you Ring of Blades +1. That improves your damage output. Oh no, I'm not getting stabbed by the glowy blades. I'm actually pretty good at the pursuer fights by now. I can actually avoid most if not all of his attacks at any given time. However, it's still kind of up to chance, because this game has a bit of a problem with hitboxes at times. And also me not timing the shot right. Oh, I staggered him. Nice. If you really want to cheese the pursuer fights, you should go with a hammer build. Hammers are just impossible to beat for anyone in this game. They're just so damn powerful. I think the best one-handed hammer is the Craftsman's Hammer, which you get from Macduff's workshop. It's in a chest that Macduff is sitting on. Just light the torch next to him and he'll move away from it. Please give me your ring. I could really use that ring. Come on, you don't even have fingers. Come on, give me your ring. Thank you. I will take this Ring of Blades +1 and replace it with this. There we go. That improves my damage by a fair amount, which is exactly what I want. Oh, you're a swordsman too. That's cool. Ah, I should probably mention this. My chat responses are a bit slower than usual because I cannot set up my laptop at the moment to have the chat window open. So I'm playing in full screen mode and I periodically check the chat when I'm safe. Oh, don't smash the bridge, man, that's not cool. Look at all this molten cheese though. Oh, ironclads are kind of annoying to deal with when they start spazzing out, but they're not too dangerous. Alright, let's pull this lever. Don't mind me, just dunking your friends into cheese. Oi, who the hell shot me? You little prick. You wanna push some shit? Uh-oh. Gotta be careful with these guys. They tend to be pretty annoying. Uh-oh. You better watch out for the ironclad's slower swings, because they're definitely more powerful ones. And they can make you fly. It's a bad thing to happen to you. Especially on these narrow platforms and walkways, because falling into the cheese is a cheesy way to die. Also quite instantaneous. Kick him in the ass. Nice. I think some of the best builds in this game are actually hammer builds and spear builds, because they utilize some of the more commonly used weaknesses in the game. I think pretty much everyone, with some exceptions, are weak to strike damage, which is done by hammers, and piercing damage is not as common, but it's common enough to be useful. Plus the spears have a great reach, which you can use to your advantage to destroy various obstacles in the way, like poison pots or other stuff. It's quite useful. For my official playthrough of this game, I'm running with a spear build, but not gonna play with that right now, because I don't want him to get screwed over on co-op. I want to keep that soul memory intact. Oh, it's Oliver the Collector. Time for you to collect this sword up your face. Can I push him off? Oh, I don't even have to push him off. He jumped off himself. Man, fuck this. Good for me. That's less fighting to worry about. I wonder how many chunks I got. Only one. Man, I need more chunk. I need to get chunky. Shit, that was close. Oh no. Where are you pointing that thing? I'm not even there. Silly soldiers. I'm over there, and he actually shoots there. That's stupid. Most of the Pharaoh's contraptions in this area are just healing fountains from what I remember. So unless you want to heal up, not really worth using them. So if you're gonna consider getting into PvP, it's probably not that big of a deal, because the Rat Covenant is great for farming lockstones. I think you get a lockstone for pretty much every successful invasion, and you get bundles of lockstones for just ranking up in the Covenant, like 10 a rank or something. You can get a lot of lockstones, but even then, it's not really necessary. You can get lockstones out the ass just by playing. I usually end up having too many of the damn things. I think at one point I had like 20 lockstones left. Though that probably was more because I barely used the things at all. And purchased some extras. Ow. You think you're tough shit, don't you? There's an interesting glitch with this guillotine here. If a... Oh. How to backstab with a controller. It's actually pretty simple. You just go behind somebody and press the... What's this thing called again? Right bumper for the Xbox controllers. It takes a bit of time for the game to realize you're behind somebody though, like a good second or something. So don't go smashing the button when you're behind somebody just yet. Wait a little bit before you smash that button, and I think it'll count then. That's how I've been doing it so far, and it seemed to work for the most part. Shit, I'm scared of that guillotine because it will one-shot me if I get caught. Oh, it's down already. Good. But like I was gonna say actually, the guillotine has a funny glitch. If one of the ironclads strikes it with their hammers while it's down, it can occasionally rise up as if you pulled the lever. I actually caught that on footage not too long ago, which was weird to say the least. He just hits the damn thing and suddenly, I must go. My Frenchmen need me. It's a bit annoying to do backstabs in this game because you need to wait a bit when you get behind somebody. Not too long, like I said, just about a second. But it could be just about enough time for somebody to roll away from you before you can do a backstab. For the NPCs, it's not big of a deal. Just wait till they stop doing their attacks, or, well, turning around all the time, and go for it. Of course, you can't backstab everyone. Like, you can't backstab these ironclads, and certain invader NPCs cannot be backstabbed either, like Jester Thomas. But that's only because he has the Jester set on him, and one of the pieces prevents backstabbing, as long as you wear that particular piece. It's useful if you want to avoid getting backstabbed all the time, though in terms of armor value and looks, it's not the best looking thing. Ah, is this where we meet Cheese Balrog? Why, I do believe so. Cheese Balrog, Arizeth. I ordered Arby's, what is this? See, I can make shitty jokes too without even having to know what Arby's is. Yeah, I missed that. What the hell? I think it just clicked right through him. You can stay here to avoid his fire breath entirely. It never goes that far. But be careful, if you stand over there, he will try to do his energy lasers. And that can be bad. Bad for your health. Bad to the bone. You can also try rolling through those fireballs, but I wouldn't recommend that. It's kinda difficult. It's easier to just try to dodge them entirely by just standing where I stood, next to the fog gate. And well, that's about it. This boss fight is really nothing special. Just smack him in his meaty hands whenever you have the opportunity and you ought to be fine. He's a big hulky bastard. He's kinda like Ceaseless Discharge from the first game, except he's close enough to actually hit him even when he's doing some of his more annoying attacks. Don't have to wait for him to constantly get, I don't know, sleepy for no reason. Oh! Oh, no, 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 no! Oh, bastard! Son of a bitch! He got me there. But that's okay. That is okay. I guess he deserves that, considering that I usually kill him effortlessly. Alright, let's do this for real. What kind of weapons do I have, actually? Maybe I could get something better. Oh, well, I have a club. Demon's great. Ah, man, I can't use that. I got the craftsman's hammer, but that's not upgraded. I'll be fine. Gotta avoid that slap from Cheese Balrog because it tends to make you fly into the pit. Probably the only real challenge of that boss fight, because otherwise he's really not that difficult. Please use the effigy. There you go. The energy lasers are also kind of annoying to dodge because it's hard to tell where exactly he'll be shooting them. But with a bit of experience, you can figure it out. It's also a good idea to make sure Mr. Balrog here doesn't get stuck on one of the old buildings here, because it can happen, and he refuses to walk any closer if that happens, so you'll have to resort to various magic tricks or bows. Alright, let's try killing him this time without getting slapped. Oh, that's a fake out move. Do not worry, I will destroy you, for my name is Stabby, and I use a sword that slashes. That doesn't quite work. Uh-oh, I think he's trying to do me as frightened. Oh! Fuck you, man. That's not nice. Oh! Oh no! I'm not falling for this trick! I really wish he would stop doing those energy lasers. They do me a frighten. Oh, he's doing that again. I think that causes a firestorm right next to the hand where he slam dunks. Oh no! Oh yeah, that's also the same thing. Just hit his hand. Come on! Damn it, he moved away too quickly. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's a bad thing. I caught him on his horn and he died. No, my horn! My only weakness! Serves him right for kicking me off the damn ledge the last time. A petrified something. It's a something that's petrified. Light this primal bonfire. It is lit. It was rekindled. Oh, hello Alex. How do you do? We always do. Did you get good before playing this game? Oh yes, many times. In fact, I think this is like my 20th playthrough now. I actually lost count. I never did really count, but well, I got countless of characters so far. And we're also recording a playthrough for this game at the same time. So this is more like a practice run for me. Remember how I made that poll about when we should stream, and everybody said let's do it on Friday evenings? Boy, was that a fun time. Man, actually I could just do streams like every other day while I'm still here, cause I don't edit very often, since most of the games I'm editing at this time are pretty simple. And I got really nothing better to do at the time. Until I move out, at least. I don't want to take up any real projects yet, like Earth 2150 and such, before I move out. Because those will take some time, and I won't be able to finish them before I move out. Let's put some points. Let's swole up, boys! You are about to level your character up. Is this okay? Hell yeah. Oh! Shit. If you heard a strange sound, do not be frightened. I just accidentally hit my microphone. That's about it. Also, my response times are kinda slow. Just checking the Discord right now to see what is happening. Cause gotta check out that Discord, man. Well, Discord looks pretty quiet. Oh well. Okay. I am stronger a little bit. Let's see what else we can do. I already been here. I don't need to be there. I guess I need to go through here now. Let us go on a glorious adventure. It's a poison stone. It is a stone. It is full of poison. No shit. Man, that guy is pretty big. But I want to deal with his little dog first, because he's annoying. This place has annoying dogs, which can induce toxic. And considering that toxic is mostly unavailable to the player, that is very annoying. Luckily, you can use regular poison moss to cure toxic. Something which most people would probably not really think about. Because, well, if you first played other games which had toxic poison moss or whatever it's called, you probably think that's not possible to cure. Mostly because there's almost no toxic in the game. Yeah, that's a toxic bot right there. It looks like a bottle, but it's toxic. Just like various game communities. Oy vey! Well, I hope that the DaGameTrain community is not toxic at all, only slightly shitty. It would be more reflective of me more than anything, really. Man, these guys are all about improvised weaponry, aren't they? Let's use an anvil to beat the shit out of people. Sounds like a plan. Kind of works. Except not really. Hey, you wanna push some shit? There you go. Open says me. Oh, it's full of farts. Who keeps doing that? Who keeps putting farts inside a treasure chest? Are you playing this game on your 5770? I'm not entirely sure what you mean by that, but if you're referring to the graphical settings and the frame rate, well, no. I just did that on purpose so that the computer and the game doesn't lag out for no reason. See, the thing is, I can play this game just fine on the maximum settings, but if I have the browser on while, you know, listening to some videos in the background and such, it starts lagging. So, that's a bit of an issue. Plus, for recording purposes, I want to maximize my frame rate, so I just leave it on the lowest quality. Not that it really matters. I think it doesn't look drastically different from what it is right now on the highest quality settings. I can still get 60 frames per second just fine. I just choose not to do it because it's easier for me that way. Okay, before you get into this boss fight, you wanna kill the little doggies. Oh, for fuck's sake, they had to put a toxic on me. Fucking try to hit me. I need to outlive the toxic. I think I'll be fine now. Fuck you, dog. Seriously, what an asshole. Keep slapping me around, headbutting and shit. Alright, now I'm good. Now let's go beat up this bastard. I love how you can clip through his face. He doesn't even care. Could you not block my view? I'm trying to cut your leg. This is how you fight dragons in Dark Souls. Just cut their legs and watch them flail miserably. Something to keep in mind, after a few hits, he'll start puking very dangerous acid. Do not stand in that pool if it does actually show up, because it will corrode all of your equipment very, very fast. And that would be bad, because then you have to go fix your shit. Oh, hey, Rat King. Later. Wait, please join my covenant. Ugh. Don't fucking hit me like that, man. That hurts. Seriously, what an asshole. I know it's an anvil, but cut your shit out, my dude. Hey, is that loot over there? Who's eating the rocks? God damn it. I can hear people just going through the rocks like it's salad or something. I meant your graphics card, ATI Radeon 5770. That used to be your card. I'm asking because I used to have that card and I thought it was really awesome, except on DirectX 11. Ah, alright. That is a good question. I actually don't remember what the card is called. Let me see if I can figure it out. Can't I actually see what the card is on DXDiag? Let's see. Otherwise I need to get specky, because I really don't remember what it is. And that's kind of annoying. Yeah, I think it is actually. It doesn't, the DirectX diagnostics tool isn't giving me the exact name, but it's AMD Radeon HD 5700 series. So it's probably that card that you just mentioned. It's the 1 GB VRAM version, from what I remember. It really is a good card, actually. I'm quite amazed how well it holds up, even today. Like, sure, I can't play Dark Souls 3 on the best graphics, but I can play them on pretty normal graphics. Unfortunately, if you looked at my Dark Souls 3 playthrough on the channel, you probably couldn't call that normal graphics. Like, that does look pretty awful now that I look back at it, but that's the best I could get without lagging out with like 15 frames per second. I should probably do something about that playthrough. Maybe later. Maybe in 5 years. I just hope the prophecy from Jorgen doesn't come to be true, where he said in 5 years we're gonna be redoing Battletoads. I seriously don't want to be doing that again, because we already got a good playthrough. Slice and dice this Viking man. What's he even doing here? This doesn't belong to you, you silly bastard. I always imagine these guys making their shields out of clams or something. It could be, though it kinda looks like they just broke off a chunk of rock and just went with it. Yeah, from what I remember, this card on DirectX 11 doesn't really work. I don't think it really supports that version. But it's really good to have this card if you want to play older PC games, because it doesn't have much, it doesn't have a lot of issues. Like, I know newer cards have problems with games like Battlefront 2, where it just doesn't want to full screen or work at all, and you have to do various ridiculous workarounds, like plug in something into the mic slot or something like that. With this card, you don't have to do any of that, it just works. It's great for the older games. For the newer ones, not so much. But what did you expect? It is a pretty old card. I think if I'm gonna get a new graphics card, I'm gonna keep this one just so that I could have some kind of backwards compatibility. Man, I hate this place so much. Only because of those stupid warriors. There's so much bullshit. No, fuck you. I'm not dying to the likes of you. I will achieve the get of the good. I think they can shoot through the tent. Oh, it's a pig. Well, I don't really care about pig. Pig is bullshit. Get out of here, piggy. Go home. You're dead. Alright, let's get these archers down. Actually, I don't think I'm gonna get attacked by anyone. Let's have a look at the chat. Chat is all swell. That's good. I hope the chat isn't on a too big of a delay. I hope not, actually, because I do have access to some pretty good internet speed right now, so not only can I stream at beautiful qualities, but also at amazing speeds. I think my current upload speed is actually 60 megabits per second, which is really helpful when I want to upload videos. Unlike back when I was still in Denmark, it would take like several hours to upload a video. Oh shit, I shouldn't have done that. Whatever. At one point our modem was kind of broken here as well, so it would also take like several hours to upload stuff, but now we fixed the issues and we can upload gigabytes in just 15 minutes or less, depending on the file size. It's great. Unfortunately, I won't get to enjoy that. Hey, what the fuck was that? He fucking parried me from the sideline. That's bullshit. I call shenanigans on that. That was not okay. That's no good. Someone's gonna get punished for this, and they will have to draw a mini katana. I'll have to look back at the playback to see how good the quality on the stream is, but I imagine it's considerably better than what it used to be. Also, I don't remember who suggested Starflight or whatever it's called on Sega Genesis, but if it's you, Alex, just so you know, I'm still working on it. And by working on it, I mean, well, I am working on it. No excuses this time. Haven't been able to record a lot of footage for it yet, but I'm gonna try to make a review for the game, actually, rather than a full-blown playthrough, because I think the playthrough would just be a little uninteresting to watch. Most of it, I imagine, would just be me flying through space and collecting rocks. So I think a review would be actually better. We'll see. I'll try both, if anything. Okay, now here is a very conspicuous chest. But do not be fooled by this chest and its evil magic, for it is, well, evil. Do I have any Lloyd? Oh yeah, I do. I have some Lloyd. Eat this, you motherfucker. Thank you. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. Oh, that was close. Very close. The card does support the X11, but the performance is shit. Ah. Yeah, I guess so. Oh, it was you. Yeah, I recall it was either you or one other person, but I wasn't entirely sure. I do have to say, it is a pretty fun game. So I'm definitely not gonna pass that up. Thing is, lately I've been working on mostly just preparing additional footage so I can survive my moving to UK, because that's gonna happen later in August. And this time around, I'm really not sure when I'll be able to get back to the channel, because first thing first, I'll be moving in with my sister. And I'll be staying with her for some amount of time until I find my own place to live. and find a job. Once that is all sorted out, then I'll be pretty much back to normal. The channel will be back to life. Until then, I want to prepare footage, and well, I've been working on that. I got some interesting playthroughs happening soon, and even some reviews. I'm working on a few right now, actually. One for, well, a shitty game, what a surprise, and another one later this week. I'm planning to record a new game which is also shitty, because why not? I cannot resist enjoying some shitty games. Actually, speaking of that newer one, I think it's called Guardians of December, and well, if you can still find it on Steam, well, you may need to consult your doctor after viewing it, because it's pretty shitty. And I actually own a review copy of it, thanks to the developer, well, being very interested in finding people to help him out with reviews. Still haven't recorded anything yet, because it wasn't exactly a priority, but I wish I didn't have to record it. Because it's bad. It's really bad. I'd rather play good games, but you can't always play good games if you want to be, well, pretty good at determining what is a good and what is a bad game. You need some shit with your good. At least that's how I feel about it. A secret passage. These urns here contain water. What the game never tells you is that water is kind of dangerous if you're fighting someone that uses electricity as their main weapon. Because, well, it sounds obvious now, but normally this isn't really a mechanic. None of the Dark Souls games, other than this one that I know of, uses water as a mechanic to decrease your electricity resistance. Like, if you're drenched in water, electricity is gonna do double the damage, but fire resistance will rocket up to the sky, which allows you to bypass certain places which have flamethrowers on and such, and collect loot early. I think Iron Keep is full of those urns. Prowling Magus is now the Dead Magus. That's one way to beat a boss. Just throw a bomb at him. Let's fuck him. What's he gonna— oh, a Titanite slab. Well, how many chunks do I have? 2 chunks. And this one is a level 7. I think I need 1 more chunk. Okay. I got this fireball here. Fireball. I got this bonfire here. At this point I should have an hour of torch length, torch duration, but yesterday I had to walk away from the computer while playing this game and I forgot to put the torch away. So when I came back, my 40 minutes of torch time were only 4 minutes. God damn it. That's a lot of valuable torch time just gone. Whatever. Having a torch out in this area is actually very beneficial, because spiders are afraid of fire. It not only scares them to shit, but also disorients them and makes them pretty much incapable of killing you. They don't even know how to fight if you have a torch. So, considering that the next boss is full of spiders, this is a super convenient thing to know. This is also how you get to this one other bonfire, which is probably very elusive for most players. Just jump down from that one place I jumped down, and there you go. This is a bonfire, but where is it? What is this place? Very interesting question. I'm about to reveal the answers to ye. Just let me kill all these spiders. You can see that the spiders are actively trying to avoid me because I have light. They are very afraid of it. I think I'm also blinding them in a way, which is a really cool touch. Open this door and you find out that you appear right next to weaponsmith artifacts. Now that's what I call useful. Hey lizard, you wanna blow up? No? Well fuck you too then. This is a very useful bonfire to have. Unfortunately I gotta clear this place out a bit because I have an annoying archer here, Mr. Bowman Guthrie. And a bunch of spiders and a bunch of annoying bastards. There's a lot of annoyances in this area. Here goes Bowman Guthrie. He is the weakest of the bunch. Let me rest. Come on. Okay, it probably doesn't let me rest because of this one spider here. Okay, these 3 spiders. My mistake. Go away from the bonfire. Hey, he jumped off the ledge. Cool, I can kill him early. Get out of here. I hate this guy so much. I really hate the mages in this area because there's a lot of them in a small area. And they keep pelting you with annoying homing magic. But I don't care about it because I'm the good. I am the create. That legacy needs to continue, man. I hope that triggered him. Yes, it did. Good. You may be thinking to yourself, man, that sure was a wasted opportunity. That crystal lizard could have given me some good stuff. No, he doesn't drop anything. In fact, if you approach him, he actually explodes and tries to kill you. He's a fake. I think this is the only time where a crystal lizard is a fake. Like, the only Dark Souls game that has fake crystal lizards. It's an odd thing, but I kinda like it. It makes me quite interested. You know, every time I look at Discord, I wonder to myself, why do I join these different servers if I get almost no benefit from doing so? Because right now I'm in a few servers. Some of them, well, they're not particularly active, but whatever, they're fine. That's where some of my friends and colleagues are at. But then there's this one called Collaborators Online Association. Some of my friends suggested I should check it out because I guess it's useful. And so far I haven't been particularly ecstatic about this discovery. If only because it's mostly full of really weird fucking people. And people I don't really care about. Who talk about things that I don't really care about. Who seem to like things that I don't really care about. I think you get the idea. It also doesn't help that every time I check the damn chat, at certain times, all I see is a cacophony of retardation. So far I have not much of good to say about this association. Or alliance, or whatever it's supposed to be called. It's just not really that good. Oh, I did receive an... Oh, every time I see shareware online thing, my jigger telling me there's new mail, I get a little upset. Yeah, for some reason, I got myself on a mailing list for some kind of a website, which on a daily will let you know if there's any deals for various programs. I think I know how I ended up on it. I found that they were offering some useful editing tools and games, actually, free of charge, and I just picked it up. It's really nothing special, all things considered. All they do is link you to various deals that are happening. They don't actually sell anything themselves. They're just like, hey, did you know that this thing is currently on a huge discount or for free? You should check it out, man. And on one hand, I appreciate that because it's useful to know when something is for free that might be useful later in the future. Okay, fuck it, I'll just let you live. For now. But the majority of deals coming out from that thing are not very useful. It's like garbage software or something. I'm reluctant to leave the mailing list because what if something good comes up? And so far I have been able to get some good deals out of it. But for the most part it's kind of disappointing. Oh well, whatever. I think I'll stick around with it. It doesn't hurt. I don't think there's a way to get rid of these spikes, but if there is a way, it would be great to know. Okay, gonna need a torch for this. Behold, as I prove to ye that spiders are retarded in Brightstone Cove, Tseldora. I'm just going to casually pick up my stuff and then I'll leave all of these spiders here. There's quite a few spiders here. I'll just leave them be, cause they can't do anything to me. They're completely incapable of doing anything to me because I'm blinding them with my torch. I hate these zombies with parasite spiders on them, because sometimes, and by sometimes I mean pretty often, when you kill them, they will also do one last attack, just to try and catch you off guard. If you're low on HP when that happens, you're most likely going to die, and that's just not very fun. I wish they didn't do that. Luckily they only show up here. Man, all of this challenge and I'm completely cheesing it. Miyazaki will be pissed. Get out the way, spider. I'm coming for Duke's dear Freya, which is a giant spider with a very odd boss name. I guess the spider's name is Freya, but who is the Duke and why did he keep this dear Freya for himself? Why would he want to have a pet giant killer spider anyway? That sounds kinda dangerous. Hey, do you want to give me your peasant hat? No. Okay. Well, at least I tried. Hold on. Let me drink some Sunny D. I wonder if I have any charcoal resin. Let's see. Oh, I do. I set my sword on fire. Okay, this is the boss fight where there's a giant killer spider surrounded by smaller spiders. Let's have a look at this cutscene. Look at all these spiders. That's a lot of spiders. And they seem to be chewing on a thing, on a dragon. That's gotta be pretty chewy. I think they're made out of rock mostly. Oh, that's a big spider. He's got some stuff on his back, but whatever. Oh my. An army of spiders. Well, it would be a shame if I had my torch out, wouldn't it? Yeah, because of the thing with the torch, the other spiders around here are a non-threat. They just ignore me. They try to run away from me. So the only thing I have to worry about is the boss. Of course, if you want to, you can go ahead and try to kill all the little spiders, but I wouldn't bother with that because it's just a waste of time. Especially when you consider how quickly this boss is. Look at the fucking health. It's dead. Wow, that was like the quickest time I ever killed this boss in. I'm rather amazed. Great soul and breast. Man, that was easy. Where's the difficulty, guys? I thought Dark Souls was supposed to be hard. What is this? Hey, give me your key, man. Thanks. You won't need that anyway. Where's the challenge? Where's the hard? I only see the good and the git. Alright, not to be too cocky, but seriously, the torch trick really helps with the boss fight. It makes it so easy. So easy, anyone could do it. Okay, let me rest for a bit. And we're going to make use of that key that I just picked up. So you pick up a key, but you never really think about where I can use this key. And that's mostly because, well, it's a pretty nondescript key, if I remember correctly. Yeah. The eccentric Lord Tseldora, known for his fascination with spiders, built a town and a personal fortune by mining bright stone. One day the town was overrun by spiders, but Lord Tseldora only stood by and watched, eerily contented. Yeah, it doesn't really say what's it good for, but there is a door that this opens. And we actually passed by it on our way to the boss. We're going to go and see to it right now. I would be careful. Oh, I got a trunk, that's useful. Be very careful around here, because you can end up falling back to that sand pit, which will suck you in, kill you, and make you feel pretty fucking stupid about yourself. I know, it happened to me. Let's try avoiding that. Yeah, this is the door that this opens. Thank you. But what good do we get out of this shit? Well, we get another door, which is also opened by the same key, and a chest. What is inside this chest? The Black Knight Ultra Greatsword, the Great Fireball, and the Fire Seed. Fairly useful rewards, definitely worth coming back to, especially if you're interested in the Ultra Greatsword or the pyromancy stuff. Now I'm going to slaughter me some spiders because I could use more souls. I love souls! If you got that reference, congrats. Hey, don't run away from me, man. Just want to chop you. Here we go. Okay, time to go home. Just don't accidentally use the dark sign to go home, because that would be pretty fucking stupid. Oh, Crescent Axe. That's a good axe. Because it has a good moveset, and it's fucking long. I think it also has some base magic damage, so also kinda useful. Okay, let's see. Oh, I got a Estus Shard. That's good. I got a Sunlight Medal? Where did I find that? I think some enemies actually dropped that. Might have gotten from them. Although, all things considered, if you wanna farm, this is probably not the way to go about it. Farming for Covenant items. It's always such a big pain in the ass. Especially in Dark Souls 3. I know this because I tried farming them offline with a trainer, which maximized my item discovery rate to like in the millions or something. And damn was it fucking slow. Even then, my grinding time for the Covenant items was like a couple of hours. Like, come on, it shouldn't take that long. What you got for me? Oh, stuff that I don't really need. I know where I can find some chunks. I'm gonna find me some chunks. Because I need one more chunk. Ring of Restoration. It is a ring that provides restoration. Well, actually, when you think about it, most of the rings have some pretty good names because they're pretty obvious names. You can immediately tell what the ring is going to tell just by the name. Well, most of the time anyway. Do I have common fruit? No? Damn. That's like the first time I don't have common fruit. Okay then. We're just gonna pick up our shit. Don't mind me, I'm just here for shards and oh! I'm just here for shards and chunks, man. Jesus, that hurts. I should probably kill them before I come back down there. What could I use to kill them? Would this help? Sort of. Well, it'll help to kill one of them. I hope I have enough fireballs for this. Oh, that was close. A little too close. No, please. Do not strike me down with your darkness. Let me have a drink. Okay, it's time to cut him down to size proper. Get out of here. Right, time to get me some chunks. Good afternoon, sir. I am after some chunks. Do you have some chunks? What is that over there? Could be chunks. I think that's a skeleton about to rise up. Yep. Oh, that's four. I know one of them is a washing pole. That's a shard. That's a spell, soul, dragon charm. That's a washing pole. Well, shit, that wasn't what I wanted. Let us escape the dank. I'm actually not gonna use the poison moss for this, because I'm right next to a bonfire. I want to get chunky. I'm gonna need to do some editing later today. What time is it anyway? Oh, it's only about 4. Yeah, I think I'll have enough time to do everything I want today. You wanna try throwing some balls at me, boy? How about I do this? I cut your balls. Wait a minute. Mr. Govlan Meme should be here. I kinda need him. Whoops, I wasn't supposed to do that, but that kinda helped. Oh, a fragrant branch of yore. That's always useful. Oh, Goblin, know you? Yes, you do. Oh, well, he doesn't have exactly what I was hoping he would have. But more poison moss is always good. And now we have many deal. Many thanks. Hey, actually, if we talk with him now. With Goblin, you have much deal. This is for you. If you spend some cash on Goblin, he will give you his axe. It's pretty nice. Oh, another fire seed. Kinda useful. I think I got 2 of them right now. Do you have some chunk? It's always shards, but I need chunks. Chunks is the way to go. Chunks is the future. The future is now. Ah, torch. Well, torch is always useful, especially for the next area coming up. Shard. Well, I probably could get a chunk if I traded in all this smooth and silky stuff. Though I have doubts about it, because my track record with these things has been pretty miserable. Ooh, a chunk. Perfect. Got what I wanted. Got chunky. There's still some more stuff to pick up, so while I'm here, I might as well. Oh, another chunk. That'll be useful for later weapons, if I ever get any that I would like to use. Man, I hope this moss is healthy to eat. Alright. Ransacked both the dank pools. Now we can go back. Hey, a celebrity. Keep at it, skeleton. Hey, wasn't there a pool of poison here before? Well, there was, but since I burned that one windmill that you're supposed to burn, it's not there anymore. Which is a really odd thing for that windmill to affect. But it does. So, I'm not complaining. Alright, now that I got everything I wanted, and some additional souls that I can make use of, it's time for some leveling up and weapon upgrades. Do you ever consider upgrading your armor in this game? I sometimes do that as a novelty, but I've never noticed a big difference from doing that. It's useful, it does mitigate some damage, but it's not enough to be a big difference. I think it's only useful for heavy armor, like maybe Havels or something. Let's get some upgrades. Let's get some health and stamina actually. I could use that. Alright. That's good. Already at 1 million soul memory, but I didn't even get the last great soul. That's... Wow, I have 3 fire seeds. Well, here we go. Now my pyromancy hand is +6. It's getting quite hot. Ah, Laddersmith Gilligan. Do you have some deal for me? I have everything you need. I will give you 3,500. Very reasonable offer. I'll pick up this stuff later when I'm more confident about my damage tanking capabilities. Ow. I think I can survive this. What the hell, dude? I should have been able to survive this fall. That's some bull. That's some shit. That is some bullshit. Well, fine then. When I make the jump, I'll heal and then jump. Sheesh. I didn't think we were being that big. Don't I have a lion cape? Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, now I'm Red Man the Buff. Lion cape is actually kind of useful to have because it mitigates some of the falling damage. If you can get the entire Lion Warrior set, that can really help. Though I think the best thing you can get for yourself is cat pants. And yes, that is indeed a thing. If you've never heard of it, that is. I don't have anything from this that belongs to the lions, and that. Getting the Lion Warrior set is kinda hard though, so if you're gonna go for it, you probably wanna join the Company of Champions Covenant so that they don't despawn too early. It's lit, familia. Now, let us brave the grave of saints and deal with the bigo rato problemo. Yeah, I know you're here, you stinky rodent. Come out and fight me. Say what to me? Hey, stop pushing me around. That's not nice. I won't be needing this. I'll just set up the life gem to be instead. In this slot. Who's this prick? He wasn't here before. Get out of here. And give me that. Sheesh, what a prick. Smart, smooth and silky stone. I probably have like 1 million of those things by now. Which probably equates to like 10. Let's have a look. Oh, 6, 4 and 3. Okay. 6 small ones, what was it? Four big ones and 3 petrified things. I might get something useful. I hope it's not gonna be like a million channeler tridents like the last time. Seriously, it was ridiculous. I had like 6 petrified somethings and other stuff. All I kept getting is channelers, tridents, and titanite slabs. While I wanted chunks. Just my fucking luck. Like, sure, it's nice to get like 5 titanite slabs in one go, but shit, I needed some chunks. Super dramatic music for the rat fight. Because of course, why not? Seriously, the music for this boss fight is a little ridiculous, considering what kind of shit you're doing. You're just slicing some rats. It's not that big of a deal. I think they should have put this music for the Royal Rat Authority, you know, the giant rat dog. That would have made a bit more sense to me, at least. Oh, that beautiful damage. And there you go. That's the boss. You kill one rat, everybody's like, oh shit, he is the good. I need to get out before he cuts my ass apart. Of course. Hey, it's a Rat King. Hi, Rat King. Bye, Rat King. Fuck him. I'm not gonna kill him this time, because that would be kinda rude. I usually kill him. But that probably doesn't sound any better. Okay, now that both the Royal Rat Authority and Vanguard are gone, I can go ahead and return to Modula to talk with Cat and get cat pants, which reduce about 100 fall damage, actually, if I remember correctly. Very useful pants to have if you like jumping, which of course I do. The Great Heal. It is great. Hey, that's not nice. Don't do that. Come on. Man, that was only 3 hits. They're usually more powerful than that. Surprising. Oh, sublime boner dust. It is believed that a man jumped into a fire with a raging boner, and because of that, everyone's Estus flask became super strong. But some asshole decided to collect all the ashes left afterwards and just spread them all over the place because they're her. God do it. Sounds like fun. Well, whatever. In terms of the gameplay, it's fine. In terms of, well, realistic plot reasons and whatever, it seems kind of weird that somebody would collect somebody's ashes and just put them in pots and fucking throw them all over the world. Like, why? Why'd you do this? Do you not respect your elders? If you're having trouble seeing stuff, don't worry. I'm having trouble seeing stuff too. It's very dark here. Also, we're coming up to the greatest glitch of all time, which of course you have to see to believe. I'll tell you when it's happening, so you can look at the screen and see for yourself. Let me just light this bonfire, heal up, and pull out my torch, because this is where we see the greatest of the glitches. And here it is. Here is the greatest glitch of them all. These pillars. What the fuck is wrong with them? Like, seriously. What is this? Who thought this was a good stylistic choice? Like, what? Why is this the way it is? It's totally fucked. It's totally fucked. There's just no other way around it. It should be a stone pillar from what I understand, but it's anything but a stone pillar. Surprisingly enough, this is not really a glitch in a sense of a regular glitch. The thing is, everyone can see it. You don't need to do anything special to see it. It's just there, from the get-go. Really makes you wonder who fucked up with those graphics. Also, when enemies drop something, be very fast to pick up the stuff, cause it falls through the floor and never comes back. And that's bad. These statues need to go home. Eat chicken and rice. Oh, this is kind of different. You can come down here if you feel like it. Not much to see here besides annoying grapply claw monster sitting in one of these pools. Kind of like an early warning of things to happen later, deeper down into this gutter. But there are also some other things to check out, which may or may not contain loot. And of course, we, being the masters of loot, we are all about checking these kind of places out. Careful here, lots of explodey dudes. He's trying to do it. He missed. That was his mistake. His very last one. I should consider giving Restream a shot, because I heard it allows you to stream to different channels at the same time. Like you can stream on YouTube, on Twitch and other things at the same time without really losing any additional bandwidth for it. If that is indeed the case, I want some of that, because then I could maximize my exposure. The channels could grow, the audiences could be found, and other interesting blurbs and marketing ideas. But on the other hand, it does seem like an interesting idea. I could try it out. Even if it does use some additional bandwidth, I would have that additional bandwidth to make use of. Oh, it's Melinda the Butcher. She shows up in all 3 Dark Souls games. In the 3rd game, she's the one that has the butcher's knife on your way to the first swamp. I forget what it's called, but it's like... It's that little road where there's a lot of crow people that you're trying to beat up because they're all crazy bastards. She's on that road. She drops the butcher's knife. And she doesn't look nearly as bad as in here. She kind of looks more like a fat, not really a fat, like a chubby, crazy woman that wants to eat you up, quite literally. And of course, you must avoid this predicament because crazy females are dangerous. Especially when they use butcher's knives to show their affection. Though you probably already knew that. Hop! This cape looks pretty good on me. I think I'll keep it. Torch. This is where having torches is kind of useful, because you can light up these torch stands and make your life so much more illuminating. It also makes this entire gutter a lot easier to navigate, because it's not pitch black. Although, to be honest, you don't necessarily need a torch to navigate this place. It's just going to be considerably more difficult to do so. Because you can still see in the dark, sort of. Depends on your brightness settings, really, because my brightness settings are bright enough to be able to see through the darkness. But for some people, it might be a little too dark, and they can't see anything. Hey, it's the mole rat. Or rather, mole dog. Fucking dinosaur dog. Fuck him. He's nothing special. He is just a bitchka. It's getting really fucking dank in the room for some reason, and I don't appreciate that. Even though my windows are open. I hate summer. Summer is the time to be dank, sweaty, and feel bad. I don't know why people like summer. Fucking normies. Okay, maybe not necessarily that kind of a phrase should be used. But still, I will never understand why people like being hot, sweaty, and disgusting. I like not being sweaty and dank. You know, I like feeling good. But that's just me. You know, the oddball of the world. Plus, heat is really not good for your health, in case you were not aware of that. While a decent amount of heat will not necessarily hurt you, it can definitely make your life a lot more difficult, especially when it's around 30 degrees or something, because you're gonna need to drink a lot of water, and if you don't do that, well, terrible things can happen. It's pretty easy to get dehydrated or get a sunstroke or whatever it's called in English. At least that's what we call it, because it's basically like, well, the translation from Lithuanian would be like a sun smash or something. Like you get hit with the sunlight so hard that it knocks your ass unconscious. It might as well, because I mean, it does. And it's bad. Your entire body shuts down like a shitty computer that refuses to keep itself on. And, well, that's bad. Nobody likes that. Oh, don't fucking spit it. You say what to me? Don't light my fucking cape on fire. That cape is expensive. Seriously, how inconsiderate of these people. Now I want loot. Give me loot. Oh, that guy shoots too. I always forget about him. I always forget how rude these statues are. So rude, so inconsiderate. This particular rooftop is very dangerous because it has two holes you can fall through, and I fell through one of them anyway. God damn it. I hate when that happens, because I want to go to the other side. Not through this shit. This side is bad. Because now I have to deal with this pretty tight jump, which is full of these annoying statues. Maybe I could do something about this with a heavy crossbow. I do have some bolts. Wait a minute. Somebody's here. I hear him. Where are you, you shits? Here you are. Get out of here. I want to shoot some stuff. Should probably look at the chat. Let's see. Oh, chat is quiet. Well, that can only mean one of two things. Either nobody's watching, or my commentary is good enough to keep them all entertained and without questions. I hope it's the latter. Now I can't see the damn statues that I'm trying to shoot for. Great. That doesn't help. Can I shoot like this then? Oh yeah, I can. But can I aim like this? That's the better question. Not quite. I'd have to use the binoculars to aim if I wanted to. And that's not a precise aim. Yeah, fuck this. This is not working. I wish I could see in the dark. I have a feeling this isn't working. No, it's not. Okay. Then we shall use bombs. Bombs. Higher, I say, higher. There we go. Bombs are effective. Throw another one. Bombs. Son of a bitch! just had to fucking fall off. Just had to slip. Little bastard. Little piece of shit. Motherfucker. What a piece of shit. Oh damn. Oh damn, I need to give this guy his roles. Welcome to the Discord, Alex. Kinda odd that chat bugged out. Let me see if it bugged out for me as well. I just realized that it might have happened. Let's see. No it hasn't. Well, that's useful to know. Sort of. Oh Jesus. Game, please. What are you doing? What is wrong with the frame rate? Whatever. Let's see. Preview is looking fine. I think we're good. Damn, what's with the frame rate all of a sudden? Sometimes when I alt-tab, the game's frame rate just shits the bed entirely. I'm not sure what's that all about. Oh, here we go. That's better. Just fixed itself. And now I found out that Alex was gone to eat. Well, if you're watching the replay, bon appetit. I've been having some fish lately for breakfast and whatnot. We got a lot of fish recently, and well, we cooked the damn things. They're really good. There's nothing that can beat the taste of a fresh caught fish, especially when it's fresh caught not from a shitty supermarket but straight out of the pond. There's just nothing that can beat the quality of a true and natural product. Especially when you catch it yourself. Although I didn't catch it, my cousin did. I don't really know how to fish, and frankly I'm not entirely interested. I tried fishing before. It didn't go very well, and well, it felt like it takes a little too long to get a result out of it, but I can see why people get into it. It's gotta be pretty fun, especially if you got friends along to pass the time. And from what I've seen as well, you can end up catching some really big bastards, and that always is a reward of itself. A reward well worth the waiting. God damn, now I have to make sure not to fall back in there just so I could get the bonfire and come back here if I can in an easier way, and then pick up my souls. I don't want to lose my souls. Damn it, why do I get attacked when my nose is itching? They're gonna try doing that again, aren't they? Of course. Because these bugs are bastards. Well, fuck you too, bugs. All bugs are bastards. ABAB. Man, that doesn't sound good. It'll never catch on. I love the death screeches that these guys make. I wonder how people from the Game Gallows are doing. I haven't spoken with them in any reasonable length for some time. I know Jeremy's doing fairly well. He's, well, fairly well by comparison. I mean, he's not out on the streets, but he doesn't feel very good about himself. Hope you get better, buddy. But he does do a lot of drawing lately, so at least he's occupied and not sulking, because I think that's the worst thing you can do. When you feel like life is shit and you're just sitting there doing nothing. That's probably the worst thing you can do about the situation. If you ever feel like your life is being pretty shit, the best thing you can do is, well, something. Just do something. Just don't sit there. Because even if it's not really working out, it's at least better than doing nothing. Trust me. It's at least better than just sitting around and feeling bad about yourself. Of course, I understand it's not a particularly easy to do. It's not a particularly easy thing to do, to just get up and do something when you're mega depressed or something. But if you give it a shot, I think you can do it. Alright, got the bonfire. It's lit. Now, about those souls. I don't want to leave my souls just sitting there, rotting away at somebody's little shit shack, but it appears I have no way of getting back up that platform, so I'll have to make the shitty jump from the other side. In a way, that's actually a bit better for me, cause I can do it easier. Hey, what? Get out of here. Fucking prickly asshole. Seriously, what a dick. Why would you ever do this? At least no mosquitoes live around this place, because with this dankness, the mosquitoes would be going fucking nuts. How's your mosquito situation, by the way? Are you enjoying yourselves? Spoiler alert. Mosquitoes always suck. And I mean that in both ways. They suck your blood and you suck your dick. Especially the dick. Okay, now that I got my souls, I can just leave this place without having to do the jump again. Zankuya. I should probably turn the brightness back on the phone. It's so fucking dark, I can't even see the notifications on this thing. Okay. We are back here. We got our light. This torch will burn for over an hour. How do they do it, folks? How do they do it? Oh, actually, I should probably mention this. I should have mentioned it earlier, actually, but better late than never. If you're at this point in the stream, whether or not you're watching it live or watching the replay, and you're wondering, man, when is he going to do that Lion King game? I'm afraid you'll have to wait a little longer. See, the problem is, Lion King is a special kind of a game that's very annoying to deal with. And, I need some special preparation for that, because every time I pick it up, I get super pissed off in just a few minutes, and while it may make the playthrough somewhat interesting for some of you to watch, I don't really want to do it in a super pissed off mood, because that's kind of bad. Bad for me, and probably bad for the quality of the video. I'd rather not do it while I'm pissed off. I mean, it's inevitable that I will get pissed off to some degree, but I'd rather not get pissed off to the point where it's nothing but me just constantly raging to the microphone, because I feel that would get pretty tiresome to listen to very quickly. Not that I can really help myself, that game is really fucking annoying. Intended for children, yet even adults have trouble figuring out how to do the damn thing. Seriously, fuck that game so much. I'd rather be playing Fantasia or Pac-Man 2 again. But I won't. I won't do those, because, no. That would be a terrible idea, and you know it. Plus, I already played Pac-Man 2. It'll be starting tomorrow, actually. It'll be taking over the slot where Red Alert 3 was for some time. And if you haven't seen, actually, Red Alert 3, the playthrough is complete. We also encountered some technical difficulties with the microphone shaking all the time, so apologies for that once again. But I was not even aware of it happening then it was happening, because the thing is, the microphone doesn't shake hard enough for me to notice it. It only shakes a little bit, but it's just enough for it to be picked up most of the time. And that is a problem which I most of the time cannot even avoid, unless I'm constantly paying attention to the microphone. But who would have the willpower to focus entirely on that the entire time? I don't know. I do not know. Setting these pools on fire may seem beneficial, but it really isn't, because there's nothing hidden in said pools. Of course, it doesn't prevent you from doing it anyway, because if you well, feel like it, you could actually potentially kill some annoying assholes without them even getting out of the pool. Like that guy over there, who's currently dying in terrible, terrible burning pain, because he decided to stay a little too close to the burning pools. Too bad for him. And now he's burning too. Burn, baby, burn. Get out of here. Don't act tough. Oh no. No spitteroonie on me, please. I prefer not being poisoned. Thank you very much. Probably gonna of course. Of course it would happen. It's the poison statues after all. They are here for you to be poisoned. Ow. Don't shoot at me, damn it. There's a way to get up to those ledges, but I can't fucking remember how you do it. It's gotta be somewhere around here, actually. But, I don't see how. Maybe there's a ledge? Eh? That looks different. What could... Oh, it's Lucatiel! Still on the road? Yes, indeed. I was trying to complete her quest, but I missed her one time. I need to make sure I don't miss her out this time for the boss fight, because I'd like to get that achievement. I'm all about the achievements sometimes. There we go, that takes care of this nonsense. They won't be spitting. Oh, the hell spat on me this time? It must be this guy. Fuck him. Now, as long as you make sure not to reload the area, you'll be fine. The statues remain broken for the duration of this area being loaded. So, if you leave this place via bonfire and then come back, all the statues will be replaced. But if you just rest at the bonfire, they will not be replaced, which really is beneficial if you want to clear away and avoid getting splattered with poison every 2 steps, which happened to me anyway, because of course. Ah, the woodland child is here to try and fit me. Well then, show me what you got, childland shit. Ah, woodland, I should say, woodland. Shit, not childland. Sorry, my English is mixing up. It's almost like I'm not an English-speaking person, even though I speak English rather fluently. Come here, you bastard. This guy is nothing special because he can get stun-locked super easy. Thank you for the shield. I won't use it, but I'll keep it as a trophy. It's not like he's gonna need it. Alright, better be careful here with these guys, cause if you roll here in a bad way, your treasure chest will be gone, and that's bad. You don't want that. You want your loot. And I have it. Oh, a large shard. Stop poisoning me, damn it. I'm gonna clean out this place of statues so that they don't poison me no more. You shall trouble me no more, you filthy fiend. I hate these statues so much. Just get in the way. Ow. I knew you'd come out. Come out to play, little bitch. I am Vinrar. Isn't there one more? Oh yeah, there is. Just as I thought. I am the Vinrar. Let us use the fragrant branch of Yori. We still have 3 of those. They kind of look like garlic branches or something. Like they look like either branches or roots that were made from a garlic or something. It's weird. The live dashboard. The beauty that is a healing up at a boner fire. Naturally, there are 2 invaders in this area as well, so you probably want to get rid of them both when you have the opportunity. Set the pools on fire. It'll allow you to do some sick tricks, and maybe even lure the woodland child into the fire, causing him to kill himself a little easier for you. Yeah, do it, boy. You think you're tough. You think you can just jump and hit me like that. That's cute. Now how about I shove this sword up your bumhole? Hey, calm down there. Oh, that actually connected. Interesting. Because, you know, I could have sworn I rolled away from him, but I gained no distance. Very interesting how that happens in either one of the Souls games. How does it keep happening, folks? How does it keep happening? The world may never know, but because of that I feel the area may have been reloaded, and if that did happen, well, I'm going to be double the pissed. It did. Someone's going to die. Someone's going to die very painfully. You think you're tough shit, don't you? You think you can just reload all the damn statues that I took so long to clean out. Fuck you. Fuck you, Gully. It took me many years to clean this place out. And you dare to defile my cleanliness. What a asshole. Now let's set the rest of the pool on fire. That's the sound they make, man. Oh, a chunk. Where was this when I needed it the most? Well, it was in the poison pools, so I picked it up right from there. Oh no! The penis snake will not penetrate me. Alright, we wanna go down here. If you want to have a bit of an easier time, you can try summoning friends, but beware, the giants that are down here. Yes, we are gonna fight some giants, by the way. The giants down here are kind of annoying. They will spawn additional giants per player. So when there's 2 players here and you get additional 2 players, you will actually get, well, you'd think 4 additional giants, but I think, actually I'm not quite sure on this, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's either 4 or 5 giants that show up if there's 3 of you in here. And if that is indeed the case, well, that's not good, because the giants are super fucking annoying to deal with. Especially when they start bunching up like this. Stop doing that. Let me fucking move. That's not very nice. Why would you do this to me? Hey, come on! Don't do that. I wish we wouldn't bunch up so damn much. They always do because they know it's the only way for them to succeed. If there's only one of them next to me, then they can't beat me because I cut them too fast. Ow! You also want to be careful with these giants because I think they can hit you while you're down. One of the few enemies that can actually do it, though it's probably not here that they do it, but in the memories of giants. And I really hate that because when you're down, you're normally invulnerable to just about everything, but not to these cheating bastards that love to hit you while you're down on the floor. That's not very nice. Anyway, that takes care of the giants. Let's pick up their loot. And I also got the Forgotten Key. The Forgotten Key is a very essential tool, because we will need it not only to access one of the DLC requirement items, a key in particular, but we'll also be able to get a hold of a very special kind of a person. The Mr. Dark Diver Grendel. We're gonna need Mr. Dark Diver for ourselves, because Mr. Dark Diver Grendel allows us to join the Pilgrims of the Dark Covenant, which allows us to dive into the deep abyss and of course deal with some very annoying pieces of shit that live there, particularly the Dark Lurker. For the playthrough, we're going to go through pretty much all of the bosses that exist in the game, with probably one exception. But we'll think about it, because while it would be nice to be able to say I beat every single one of the bosses in the game, there's also Ilium Lois and other DLC areas which have those specialized mini sections with their own bosses, and I really hate those sections because they're fucking stupid. Hey, it's Verotten. He is such a silly boss. That was supposed to hit me? That wasn't even close enough. Silly Rotten. Don't get grabbed by him, by the way. He is not very nice when he does that. He will not give you a fancy handshake. He will squeeze the life out of you. At least he doesn't squeeze my wallet like those stupid golems. Seriously, I never thought I'd have to face an enemy so horrifying as an artificial golem who steals my wallet. He literally attacks my wallet when he grabs me. It's ridiculous. Anyway, this guy's dead. Are you surprised? Are you entertained? Probably neither, but hey, I don't care. I killed him, and that's all that matters. This should be all of the places to go to for the first half of the game. Yes, this is indeed the first half of the game, guys. What, did you expect this game would be so short, just like Dark Souls 1? Well, Dark Souls 1 wasn't particularly short, but it was shorter than this. Well, now, we just beat the extensive tutorial. And here is Balrog's reanimated shit rising out of the fucking bonfire. I'm gonna rise up the volume for his voice, and we're gonna have a listen to what he has to say. It should be good enough. I'm gonna mute myself momentarily so that you can hear what this burning turd has to say to us. See ya in a bit.
No one has come this far, not for a very long while. Then accept the fate of your ilk and face the trials that await you.
I accidentally skipped one line of dialogue. Shit.
Already joined the crestfallen. Young Hollow, there are but two paths. Inherit the order of this world, or destroy it. Only a true monarch can make such a choice. Very few indeed have come even this far. And yet your journey is far from over. Half-grown Hollow, have you what it takes? Truly? Young Hollow, seek after Vendrick. He who almost became a true monarch. The Vendrick is certain to guide your way. Fledgling Hollow, may we meet again?
He's kind of hard to hear with his very interesting voice, but that was a plot important character, and I feel that the first time you meet him, that's where the plot really oh shit, I forgot to look at you. Yeah, but once you meet this Balrog's turd, this is where the plot really picks up, because this is where you realize, okay, so I've been doing stuff for no other reason than to become strong enough to start the main game. Yeah, this was just Act 1, the half point. Now we're actually going to go to places which we are supposed to approach, to seek out King Vendrick, he who almost became a monarch, he who almost tamed not only the fire, but also the curse. How very riveting.
So, what did you want anyway?
Yes, this cat can talk. Anyway, where are my pants? There you go, thank you. I have the cat pants. Let me put them on. Yeah, boy. The cat pants may look pretty silly, but don't be fooled. They're useful. Very useful. I'm just gonna reinforce them actually, because I think they're not particularly powerful right from the get-go in terms of armor. Plus they use twinklies, and I don't really use twinklies for anything. And if I'm gonna need twinklies, I'll just use them, well, later. Gonna slightly reinforce other pieces of armor just up to chunk level, so I could gain a bit of a bonus to my armor, because this does kinda help. It's not the most helpful thing to do for yourself, but it's still useful, because you want the extra boost of defense. Why wouldn't you want it? Alright, and we got the extra boost, and we also got the Soul of Giant. Do not touch this Soul of Giant if you know what's good for you, because that will not give you any worthwhile souls, but will give you a very, very special bonu. later on in the game. Anyway, for now, let us improve our endurance and health and vitality, actually, just to be a bit lighter. Okay, we're pretty good now. Before I actually quit the stream, because it's about time for me to stop and get back to work, I still need to do some editing after all. Before I go, I'm gonna deliver the eggs. Plus I think I have the... oh yeah, I do have the branch of yore. Well, we can do that thing as well. I will need the torch. I didn't light any of the torch stands here, but if you do, you will be invaded by an NPC who will drop a petrified something upon death. He's very easy to kill at this point, so it's definitely worth checking him out after you gained like 130 levels. It's quite amazing that at the halfway point of the game you already have what is essentially the soft cap for PvPing in Dark Souls 3. Probably even here as well. And we're nowhere close to being done yet. There's still a lot of the game left. And I like it that way. Slice! Now that I have 2 items which boost my falling resistance, my falling damage resistance, I am pretty confident in my jumping capabilities. I could probably go down into the gutter to check things out. Well, into that well, actually, not the gutter itself, because there's nothing to see in the gutter besides Havel's armor set, if I remember correctly. It's sitting somewhere in one of the closed off sections. And the other place I can see is Dark Diver Grandel, but I don't want to go down to him yet, because I'd like to open up all 3 areas that I can access him at first. That way it will be much faster for me to just deal with his shenanigans. Nothing is useful behind that door that I just skipped, only a cracked red eye orb. If you want it, grab it. I don't care about the PvP in this game, so I don't want it. I don't wanna see this shit in my life. Don't forget to light this thing before you continue on, cause this thing is always so out of the way. Use the fragrant branch of yore. I have so much bling on me, but a fucking potato sack on my head. It's quite impressive. I look like a very weird hodgepodge of various mythical warriors. I'm not complaining. It looks pretty good, and it's practical. I got the fashion souls and the practical souls down in a single piece of equipment. In a single piece of a set. In a single set of equipment. That's what I should say. Hey, what the hell? Don't do that. That's not nice. Fuck you, lizard. Someone's trying to shoot arrows at me. That's so inconsiderate. Wait, did I light that torch up there? Probably not. I'll need to check on it. Let's see what's happening here. Nothing much. We end up back on this side where you can find this hippo. But be careful with him. He's not the only one there. So I recommend taking care of some other things first, like this shortcut. In case you die, it'll be much easier to get back to that place. Let's see. Oh, I did light that. Okay. And that means there's only one more torch stand to light, and it is this. And there you go. Here is your invader, who you can attack right away. 4 swipes away, and that's it. That was something. Something unamusing. Let's get up here to the nest and drop off some silky smooths.
You, give it smooth. Yes, you, give us silky.
Shut your damn mouth, okay? I'm working on it. Sheesh. No, I want to leave it.
Yeah.
So nice, so smooth.
You, yes.
Cracked blue eye orb. Yeah, it's exactly what I would ever want. I want PvP in my shitty game. Well, actually, that's not exactly what I wanted to say. Well, hold on. Let me rephrase that. I want my shitty PvP in a game. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Because the PvP in Dark Souls always sucks. Always sucks. You can't possibly defend this fucking thing. It just sucks. It just S-U-C-K-S. Sucks. Sucks. It's shit. There's nothing else to say about it. It's just terrible. The netcode is garbage. Luckily, you don't have to get involved into it if you don't want to. Especially in the third game, where you can just start in offline mode and completely ignore all of the PvP activities, which is great. Good to see you can't use petrified somethings by an accident, unlike the other fucking things. I'm surprised this actually counts for these bastards, because it doesn't look very smooth or silky to me. Anyway. Fucking Channeler's Trident. I knew one of them would show up. They always do. Anyway. That takes care of the drop-offs. We got tons of loot. Now. About those hippos. There's one over there baiting you to attack him. But there's also one here waiting to ambush you. Don't let him do this bullshit. Don't let him ambush you. But be careful, if you step out too far, a pursuer will show up here. Because they really want to hammer in how much they like putting a lot of annoying things in one place, don't they? Oh, here we go. We took care of these menaces, now we can take care of this guy. Damn, I'm chunking him and he got a respawn resistance. God damn, he's gonna die like a chump. And he's dead. That was easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Alright, now let's get back to the bonfire. Let's get some whatever other level ups we can get from all these souls we've collected. Pick up the ladle and call it a day. This was a good stream, all things considered. I really should consider doing this more often. Can you put your taser sword away? Oh, sorry. It's only temporary. Yeah, it's only temporary for now. Okie dokie, let's see. Oh, yeah, I do have some shards and bones to burn as well.
However,
Give me this sweet corn, she says. And you give her the sweet corn. Yes, this flask. Now we got 10 charges. Nice. Let's see. Strength would actually help. Well, I want to put some points in adaptability because it's mandatory that you stay up to speed with this game, or else you will get hurt while healing because you won't be able to move fast enough, and that's bad. Some force has strengthened the Estus flask. Okay. That takes care of that. Well, that's enough for today. Stabby has to go to rest, and I need to go edit. That was fun. Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin by Bamco. There is no new information. Okay, that's about it for today. Let's switch the graphic. Not that graphic. This graphic. This graphic is better. There you go. That's a nice transition, right? But yeah, there you go, guys. That was a stream of the Dark Souls 2. Thank you for showing up. And thank you for talking when you did. And if you didn't, well, whatever. But anyway, I mean, I'm kind of tired now. Actually, I'm struggling to just think. Thank you for showing up on the stream, guys, and thank you for watching. And I'll see you all next time. I don't know when's the next time I'm gonna stream, but if everything is fine, it should be Wednesday, actually, because I'm gonna take the Tuesday to edit and prepare stuff. But yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for showing up. See you all next time.